All right, let's dive straight into this explainer. Today, we are unlocking what is basically the ultimate cheat code for your fitness goals. We're talking about the true, non negotiable third pillar of gains.
Look, be honest with yourself for a second. Are your intense, absolute grind workouts yielding basically zero results? Because let's face it, it's incredibly frustrating. You smash it in the gym, you push yourself to the absolute limit, only to find you're just spinning your wheels. And the harsh reality? A lot of us crush a heavy workout and then completely sabotage our own progress by staying up until 2 a.m. just doom scrolling. You might think you're growing in the gym, but lifting weights actually just breaks your muscle fibers down. So here's the deal. Sleep isn't just some optional luxury for when you have extra time. It is the literal third pillar of gains. It breaks down into this really simple equation, right? The gym is where you stimulate the growth. The kitchen is where you fuel that growth. But sleep is where the magic actually happens. That deep sleep phase is when your body clocks in and gets to work repairing all those torn fibers to make them bigger and stronger. If you skip this pillar, you are quite literally missing the one single step that turns all your hard work into actual results. To put it into perspective, just contrast a well-rested lifter with a sleep-deprived one. Walking into the gym unslept is basically like trying to train with the handbrake completely pulled up. Your form turns to absolute spaghetti, you're yawning between sets, and your body feels like it's permanently stuck in airplane mode. Your reaction time is sluggish, your focus is entirely gone, and because of all that, your chances of making a stupid mistake skyrocket. And if that mistake leads to an injury, well, congratulations, you're now on an unplanned, mandatory vacation from the gym. Now, to really understand why this happens, we have to talk about the biology of fatigue. Specifically, we need to look at glucose, which is the primary energy source that fuels your muscles. Here's the tricky part about sleep deprivation. It doesn't necessarily destroy your peak 1 rep max strength right away. You can probably still push heavy weight for a minute. The real problem is that you're going to gas out way faster. When you don't get enough sleep, your body actually struggles to use glucose properly. And if you can't break that glucose down, you're running on an empty battery. It literally just takes one single all-nighter to throw this entire energy system completely off track. And it gets worse because bad sleep drastically alters your hormone profile. It starts with cortisol. This stress hormone is essentially catabolism in liquid form. When you get a solid night's rest, your body keeps cortisol on a tight leash. But the second you start cutting corners with your sleep, cortisol completely takes over. It happily starts breaking down your muscle, stalling your recovery, and leaving you feeling noticeably weaker with every single session. It's like wearing an invisible weight vest that just keeps getting heavier every single day. Then, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, we have testosterone. This is the holy grail anabolic hormone for building muscle and burning fat. You see, when you sleep, your body doesn't just lay there chilling under a blanket. It actually switches into night shift mode, cranking out anabolic hormones like testosterone. Think of this as your body's dedicated internal repair crew. But when you screw up your sleep schedule, the release of this vital hormone gets seriously delayed. Your repair crew literally shows up late to the job site, and your entire muscle-building project falls hopelessly behind schedule. And hey, if you think being in your 20s makes you immune to this, the numbers are staggering. Just one single week of poor sleep will tank your testosterone levels by 10 to 15%. Let that sink in for a second. A 10 to 15% drop, completely regardless of your age. You are effectively losing your hard-earned gains before you even step foot inside the gym. Essentially, sleep flips the script on your overall body composition. When you get sufficient sleep, your body operates as this incredibly lean, fat-burning, muscle-saving machine. But the moment you fall into sleep debt, the exact opposite happens. Your muscles get broken down, your fat storage signals go completely haywire, and you flip the switch into full sabotage mode. You aren't just stalling your progress at that point, you are actively moving backward. And beyond just the hormones, sleep debt absolutely derails your appetite. Less sleep, and suddenly every donut looks like it's calling your name. When your sleep is messed up, your body's hunger signals get totally scrambled. You wake up craving greasy pizza instead of your usual oats and eggs. Because you're tired and your brain is foggy, your discipline tanks. You end up eating at random times, grabbing highly processed junk food, and suddenly your perfectly planned diet is total chaos. That is exactly why you might feel like you're doing absolutely everything right in the weight room, but that stubborn belly fat simply refuses to budge. Okay, all right, enough roasting. How do we actually fix this? Well, it starts with the magic number 7. 7 hours is the absolute bare minimum you need to aim for. Sure, everyone is built a little differently. Some might need 8 or even 9 hours to feel optimal. But the moment you dip under that 7-hour mark, all of those negative hormonal effects, the spiked cortisol, the tank's testosterone, the wild hunger cravings, they all start stacking up against you. So let's look at your physical environment and see how to build an optimized recovery protocol. Because hitting 7 hours means nothing if the quality of that sleep is garbage. You can clock 8 hours in bed and still wake up feeling like a zombie. First, you have to align with your circadian rhythm, your body's built-in clock. Go to bed at the exact same time every night. Second, keep the room temperature cool, somewhere between 17 and 20 degrees Celsius. Tossing around sweating like a rotisserie chicken is completely ruining your recovery. Third, block all the noise. A steady low hum from a fan is totally fine, but one random car horn at 2 a.m. will jolt you wide awake. Use earplugs if you live in a loud city. And finally, take a hard look at your bed. If your mattress looks like it survived a WWE match and your pillows feel like concrete blocks, you need to upgrade them immediately. Now, a really quick but absolutely crucial detour for our night shift warriors out there. We know sleeping during the day is basically like trying to swim upstream with a backpack full of bricks. You are constantly fighting natural daylight. If you have no choice but to work nights, you have to trick your body. Set up heavy blackout blinds, invest in a high-quality sleep mask, and literally do whatever it takes to make your bedroom darker than Batman's cave. Total darkness is a non-negotiable game changer if you are a daytime sleeper. And the reason that darkness is so critical all comes down to melatonin. This is the natural hormone that basically taps your brain on the shoulder and says, hey, it is time for bed. Light suppresses melatonin, which keeps you wide awake. And in our modern world, the biggest culprit stealing your melatonin isn't actually the sun. It's the blue light blasting straight into your retinas from your phone, your laptop, and your TV screen. So, to protect your natural melatonin and actually optimize your recovery, you need to lock in 3 simple behavioral fixes. First, drop your phone at least 30 minutes before bed. Leave it charging in another room if you have to. Second, swap the late-night doom scrolling for something chill that doesn't emit a ton of blue light. Read a physical book, a manga, or a comic. And third, you've got to watch your caffeine intake. If you're chugging a massive scoop of pre-workout at 7 p.m., do not act shocked when you're staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m. Caffeine can linger in your system for up to 12 hours. Keep it in the first third of your day. Now, if you have genuinely dialed in those habits and you still want an extra edge, here is the ultimate non-negotiable supplement hierarchy. Step 1 is exactly what we just talked about, fixing your sleep hygiene. Supplements absolutely cannot outwork a bad routine. Step 2, assuming your hygiene is firmly locked in, is adding zinc and magnesium. And step 3 is using melatonin, but strictly, and I mean strictly, as a last resort. Let's look a little closer at step 2. Zinc and magnesium are honestly the real MVPs of the sleep supplement world. They are super simple and incredibly effective. They don't just knock you out artificially, instead they gently calm your body down, chill out your central nervous system, and naturally get you into a relaxed, sleepy mood. If you want a natural, healthy push to help you drift off faster, this stack is exactly where you should start. And that brings us to the supplement almost everyone seems to abuse these days, synthetic melatonin. I want you to think of melatonin like a fire extinguisher. It is absolutely amazing to have in a true emergency, but it is a terrible idea to just spray it all over your house every single night for no reason. Most people use melatonin pills as a cheap Band-Aid to cover up their terrible sleep habits. Do not do that. You have to fix the root cause first. Which actually brings us to the most important question of this entire explainer. Honestly, if it is 2 a.m. right now wherever you are, why are you still watching this? Your gains are actively evaporating the longer you keep your eyes open. Do your body, your hormones, and your gym progress a massive favor tonight. Close this window, shut the screen down completely, and hit the pillow. Have a great night.